Crowley did really well in the first half, made mistakes in the second half, and that's the frustrating part from his performance because he
What would
looked
you give
really
him out of
assured out
10
there.
for his afternoon?
Probably a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
I think you can't be overcritical again. You're handling the ball a lot, and he did really well in that first half. But yeah, I think if one or two of those little grubber kicks or those chip kicks in behind comes off, if one of them comes off, and Tommy O'Brien nearly got on the end of one. It was a fingertips job, but that's good defense. They're so quick to get back and defend and scramble New Zealand, so they don't make it easy for you.
They
So
probably
yeah, the
didn't get
positive.
O'Brien in as much into the game as they wanted.
Pardon?
They probably didn't quite get Tommy O'Brien
Yeah, of course.
with the
Yeah,
ball
Tommy
hands as
O'Brien,
much as they would have
because
wanted.
we talk about pace and have an out and out pace, and he has it. And I think he handled the ball 3 times in the game and didn't really get any opportunity to run it at his opposite number. And yeah, that was disappointing because you can imagine if you build 15, 20, 25 phases, which this team were doing in 22 and 23, to have someone like Tommy O'Brien being on the end of that stuff with fatigue and defensive lines fractured, you think he's going to cause problems. But look, again, they've got to try and build on it. It's Andy Farrell, in fairness to him, wasn't making any excuses, and I think they can be better. They did a lot of good stuff, for 60 minutes, and I was genuinely quite relaxed and thinking I did say at half time that I expected a bit of a backlash and that we would have to withstand some pressure. I just think whatever about the Williams try, that stuff can happen. I just think we made it easy for him with the Satiti try, and New Zealand were throwing caution to the wind there. And to be fair to them, you have to give them massive credit for their mental strength. They go 14-13 up, and they're not sitting back, kind of managing the game. They're going for it. They're going for that next try, and the door was open for Bowden Barrett and Damien McKenzie, and they're two players that are going to go right through that. And that was the game, really, because I thought after off from the drop off, at 14-13, I think Ireland are capable of getting a penalty here and going back ahead and dogging it out here. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. But you have to give credit to New Zealand. And again, I think you just cannot hide away from the fact that this team haven't played for a long time. And that was a factor in the last 20 minutes.
So they'll return home now on Japan at the weekend. I suspect a few of these guys will get another opportunity, or also do you see a lot of fresh faces? That's a difficult one, isn't it?
It's
Because you
probably a
want to have
half and
some
half.
combinations, but then
Look,
you've got to maybe play Crowley again, don't you? To give him his
you
fair
you could
opportunity.
look. It could be a half and half scenario. I don't know. You make 12, 13 changes here, and you're kind of starting from scratch then. And in some ways,
They
you need a
probably
bit
don't
of.
want that either. They probably want
Well,
a
I
bit
don't
of
know. I think for me, it's look. It's you are trying to manage the
familiarity.
minutes, and I think if you make a few changes, but try and get game time and under some people's belts. Other players, they're all different here, and they'll be all monitored after the weekend, and would have been monitored during the game. So I think you've got to make some changes and keep a few guys who maybe need that match sharpness for the following week against Australia. But look, I don't think you can play Jack Crowley 4 weeks in a row, and I think you know Sam Prendergast probably deserves a shot to go out and try and lift his confidence as well, and see
That
what he
seems to
can
be
do.
pretty low, Al, even when he come on.
Yeah, when he came on, he looked yeah, he didn't
A
look
bit rushed for him
himself.
and things, didn't he?
Yeah,
Didn't
he
really
was. Yeah. But it was a
the
difficult
normal
time
Sam
for anyone to
Prendergast
come on
gesture.
like that. It was a difficult time for anyone to come on there, but he didn't look great, and it was far from perfect for any of the players. I think Ryan Baird was good, McCluskey was good, Tyke Furlong was really good in that first half. So look, there was plenty of positives there, but if you can get Caelan Doris back and get some minutes under his belt, it's a positive, and they've got to try and believe now and get through a tricky Japan side, which they should do, and you get a result against Australia then, which is achievable, and I mean that respectfully. Australia are a very dangerous side if they're allowed play, but South Africa then could cause Ireland all sorts of problems unless they up their performance and up the ante, which I expect they will. Either way, both those games are very difficult, Australia and South Africa. But yeah, it's early part of the season, and they definitely showed a fair bit of rustiness in the last 20 minutes of last night.